This is the Tapo C320WS from TP-Link. It's an almost perfect security camera. It records in incredible 2K definition, and it will even record in full color right through the middle of the night. Don't forget to hit the red button to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up and click the notification bell to get my next video first. So at the time of making this video, this retails for less than $60, less than £60, although there are offers on at the moment, so do be sure to check out the latest price link in the description. Okay, so this was sent to me for review. I've not been asked to say anything good or bad about it, and when I said right at the start it's almost perfect, this thing makes it not so perfect, the power, and I'll come on to that in a few moments. But the camera itself is a nice looking, well built and very premium feeling device. You'll notice that there's two cables hanging out of the back. One is for your network cable and the other is power. This isn't a PoE camera, so you do need to connect the power cable, but you can connect that with the waterproof seal and then follow the instructions if you are going to use the network cable to make that waterproof too. It's a little bit fiddly, but pretty straightforward. The power cable for this is just 3 meters long, so that's something that you do need to consider when you're thinking about where you're going to install this. Now, in an ideal world, I'd probably install it drilling through a wall and then plugging it into a mains power outlet, but I wanted to put it into my garden, on my side garden, and so therefore I've had to use an extension box. Scan the QR code within the instruction booklet to get the app. Once that's loaded and you've created an account, which is free and simple to do, you'll be presented with this home screen. Now click on the plus button in the top right corner to select the camera that you're going to be installing, and ours is the Tapo C320WS. We're going to be installing ours on a wireless connection because I think that's what most people will do, and I want to show you the simplest way to do that. So make sure you run this setup process before you install it in its end location. It's so much easier doing it this way. Okay, plug in the power cable and you'll notice that it'll be flashing red and green. That means it's ready for connection. Follow the simple on-screen instructions to connect to the Wi-Fi of the actual device first of all, and then to your main Wi-Fi. It's very simple to do and it takes just literally 30 seconds or so. Give your device a name. Now I'm going to be putting mine on the side of the house, so I'm going to be calling mine side camera. You're then given more options as to where the camera is, and so you can select a different location if you want to. You'll then be presented with just a couple of screens which gives you a little bit more information about the camera. So just read those and take those in, and it tells you a little bit more about what this camera can do. But it is actually really clever. And that's it, you're all connected and you're presented with this screen. I'll go through this screen in just a second, but now it's time to install this wherever you want it to be. Using the included screws, I've attached the bracket to a separate piece of wood because I want it lifted up just slightly above the gate line so that it's out of reach. Okay, so I've attached that piece of wood to the back of the fence, and as you can see, it looks pretty inconspicuous, but it definitely will be noticeable to a potential intruder. And I think it looks pretty smart. I'm probably going to paint that piece of wood the same color as those trees in the background so that it doesn't stick out. I'll go through the different options in terms of the video quality in a second, but this is the image in its best quality that it produces. Notice in the top left corner, I've got the time, the date, and also the All Things Tech written there. The reason why I've chosen the best quality is that you can then zoom into something like 200% and still get a really clear image of that pesky neighbour's cat using my garden as a litter tray. How dare she? And this is the brilliant full color mode, even in the middle of the night. It's 20:11, it's pitch black, there is no sunlight at all, but this is the quality that it produces. The full color at night is made possible by having the two lights that shine out of the camera. This is what it would look like if it was just in infrared mode. So you can see, again, it's 10 at night, it's dark, but it's still perfectly clear. When you've got it set to auto, where you choose to have full color when it detects motion, it does this. And again, I think it's really good. It's exactly what you want from a security camera. So within the app, you can choose to have it just in infrared mode, in full color mode, but that means those lights will be on all the time, or in smart mode, which is what I've got it set to, which means that when it detects any motion, those lights will come on and it will switch to full color. I think that's the best option, or infrared. It would be annoying if those lights were on all the time. The camera takes a micro SD card up to 256 gigabytes, and in my opinion, that therefore negates the need to have the subscription service which records to the cloud, because everything that's detected will record and it will automatically record onto the card. You can choose to have continuous 24/7 recording or detection alerts only, which is what I've got it set to. And this means if you get a motion alert on your device, you can then go into the app, you can look at what all the different motions were. As you can see, I've got a list of them there. You can then watch back the motion and then press the record button in the middle there, and that will record it and save it to the memory. Once it's been saved to the memory, you can then choose to download it onto your device so that you've always got it. Now, there is one problem with this way. If you don't have the subscription service and the camera gets stolen or the card gets corrupted, then you've lost that footage. So you do get a 30-day trial with the service, and that's quite good because then you can take a look at it and see whether it's something which you want or you don't. The cost of it is £2.49 a month in the UK for one device, or £26.49 for the year. So for that, you get unlimited cloud storage and it records 30 days at a time. It has exclusive AI detection, which I don't know what's different really from what it already has. Rich notifications, so you'll get a photo as well as the notification, and you can then also make custom privacy zones, and if you've got a camera that turns, it will give you motion tracking as well. If it's worth it to you, then fine. For me, I think I'll take the risk. Show me the side camera. This will also hook up to your Amazon devices and also your Google devices so that you can get a live shot of whatever's going on the camera on your smart screen. This also has other smart features like area intrusion detection, line crossing detection, and also tampering and camera covering detection. So all in all, it's pretty smart. So before I come on to my pros and cons, a couple of other features that you need to know about. This does have an alarm built in, so you can have a siren going off if detection is set, and you can also do that manually. And also you've got the ability to have two-way audio, so you can have a conversation with somebody, or you can literally give a warning by pressing the microphone button and talking through your phone. Okay, so I've gone through a lot of the advantages of this device. So in this section, you can read those on the left-hand side. I just want to cover some of the negatives. I do think that power cable with the bulky power brick and it only being 3 meters, that's an issue because a lot of people, this is waterproof at the end of the day, a lot of people will want this outside. So that's quite a short cable. Also, having that network cable ability to be plugged in but not providing PoE, which is power over Ethernet, I think is a big miss. Now don't get me wrong, this thing is very affordable and so therefore you wouldn't necessarily expect it at this price, but why have it in there? Also, having the only type of cloud storage available via a subscription means that this is expensive. It would have been great to have a certain amount for free, and then if you wanted to go beyond that, then there's the option to pay. So that's a bit of a mistake, I think. And finally, I'd like to have seen a built-in battery. I wouldn't mind it being a little bit bigger, just in case you have power cuts, and what happens then? It doesn't have the recording facility in a power cut. And I guess you could also have a solar device attached to it then as well. However, after saying all that, for the price of this camera, I do think it is good value for money, and it's definitely one that I would recommend that you check out for yourself. It doesn't need to be linked to anything else, you can use it standalone, and I think the fact that it's got all of the smart functions makes this a worthy contender. So what's your thoughts? Let me know in the comments what you think about this camera. Thank you for watching this video as always, and I look forward to seeing you on the next.